Hello everyone. So today we will discuss about a new program which is support crispy set program with the fuzzy set. So here the question is write a program to compute support which is crisp set of a fuzzy set. Means we have to write a fuzzy set and in this fuzzy set we have to write a crisp set. And let's see what is happening here. So here we have to enter elements of like 5 elements we have to enter, and the elements name is this and the values of this. The membership degree is this actually. So let's see what's happening in this program. First here we can see the two things. One is class whose name is fuzzy set, and second is a main function where we call all the functions and where the main things will be work. Let's see the main function first. So here we can see something. We can see here a class object. We can see here some methods called. Okay. So let's see first with the first method called, which is fuzzy number element. Okay. So where it is? It is in the class of fuzzy set. Okay. So now we will see that the fuzzy number of element. This method now we will see, because we call this method first. So Python works one by one, step by step. So first we call the method this, and now we will see this method first. Fuzzy number of element. So what is in this method? In this method we can see that there is a input of a elements. Means enter total elements, means these things. This 5 element we want to input here according the question. So here we have to input, then so we take the input and then we will run a loop, for loop here. And in this for loop here is a method called whose name is accept values. These accept values, this method we call here. Let's see what is happening in this method. Let's open this. Okay, let's close this. Now in this method we can see that here is a two while loop. Why two while loop? Okay, so first while loop is for, we can see that the element purpose, and second while loop is the membership purpose. But first we have to see that this method, this init or dunder method, that init function and dunder method, then we will understand these things. So in this method we can see that here is a dictionary in this dunder method. The dictionary name is fuzzy dict, fuzzy underscore dict, and this is a empty dictionary. Now come to here. So here we we input something, we input a element first. Means these elements we want to input here. So we want to input here, which is string type of element. This is the x1, x2, x3. This is the string type. So you can write about integer type also. So for our easy to understand, we take string type input here. So now we will see what's next. So here we will take a condition that if this element in the cell fuzzy dict, means this dictionary, then what will it print? It will print element is already exists. Why? Because we know that self only use the unique values, means it didn't run with the copies one. So we have to write one things in one time here. So in elements in self fuzzy dict, means this fuzzy dict, if there is a element, the same element in this fuzzy dict, that will print that element is already exist, and else this will break. Means if it is okay, then this is showing this, or else this break this data or break this loop actually. In the next part, in this next while loop, we can see that membership means the membership degree of fuzzy set. So we want to print this because here it's called about these things, then membership values. So we have to input these things because why we take here float type of data, because we know that in fuzzy set there is a 0 to 1 section, means there the values will be 0 to 1. Their values should be 0 to 1, and 0 and 1 also included here. So that's why we take if 0 is less than equal to membership and 1 is greater than equal to membership. Why equal to? Because 0 and 1 is also included in the fuzzy set. That's why we used equal to here. So first we take a membership input and then we take this condition, and then if this condition will satisfy here, then it's update with the key value pair of elements in this dictionary. We know that how to update. So if this condition will true, then self.dictionary.update means these values will be updated here in this dictionary like key and values pair. I think this is clear. Then it will be break, or else in the if it is not true, then it will print that invalid value. Please try again. So I think this method is clear, and now we will see that here it is. This method is called here. So in this, so we'll revise these things once. So first here we can see this method here, because why this is first we will see, because this method is called first in this main function. So first we can see that here is a input which is num, the total number of elements we want to input here, and then we run a loop, run a for loop in the range of num, and we call this method whose name is accept value. This is the method. This total method we call here in this main method. I think this is clear, and in this method we will take two while loops. One while loop is for elements and one while loop is for membership, and we have to write here the conditions. Here it is the condition and this is the condition here, and then it will print accordingly. Now we will see, just a second. Yeah, this total thing is under the fuzzy set. So our fuzzy set is complete. Now we will get into the crisp set. Means support crisp set, not crisp set, it is support crisp set. Support crisp set. Crisp set is different, but support crisp set is different. So our fuzzy set is done. Now we will see the support crisp set. Okay. And look here, we can see that after this method called, we call the support crisp set. So first it will run, Python will run the code with the fuzzy set, like fuzzy number of element means this method, and then it will call this method like support crisp set method. So look here what is going on. So in this method we will see that support list. What is this? We take a list in this support crisp set. Why we take a list? Let's see here. Then we will understand. So here we will take a for loop for key and value. Why key and value? Because of this, we want to print the elements and membership as a key and value pair. That's why we take a key and value. Because we have a dictionary here, there will be key and value. So we want to print this as a key and value pair. So first we take a for loop and key and value in the self of fuzzy dict. So what is fuzzy dict? This is the fuzzy dict. This is the fuzzy dictionary. So this means these all values stored in this dictionary with this update method. Yeah, with this update function actually. These all things will be stored in this dictionary, and here we call the dictionary here. And here we get the dictionary. How to get the dictionary? With the dot items function. We know that by dot item function we can get something from dictionary. So what is something? That key and values. So we want to bring the key and values from this dictionary in here by the dot items function. Now we will see that what does it do. So we will run a condition that if value is greater than 0. Why value is greater than 0? Because why value is greater than 0? Because that value is in the support crib set. We in the support crib set we use that, we know that the value should be greater than 0. The value won't be less than 0 or equal, won't be there, because and on equal to 0. This is not supported. It support only when the value is greater than 0. So we run a condition that if the value is greater than 0, then it append in this list. What is happened? This support list is append the keys, means these keys. This keys which is in the dictionary, it appends in the end of the list and it will return the sub. I think this is clear. This crib set is clear, I think. So how this is work? So we'll talk it twice. So first we'll take a list in this script set, in the scripts method actually, and then we'll run a loop, for loop, and we take can key and value pair in the self of the fuzzy dict, means the fuzzy dict, and dot, we use the dot items method to get the key and values from here to here, and we'll run a condition that value should be greater than 0, and we append these values in this list. So now come to here. We show this and we show this. And what is this? F dot s. This is a class object, because when we take a class we have to write an object here, and by using the object we call the functions here. So now we will see. Just a second. Let's close this. This will be easier to you. So now we will see that we take a class object, and this object dot, we call the methods like fs dot fuzzy number of element and fs dot support cribs, means this crib set for method, and we will print these two things. So let's the code will run. So here we can see. So here we talk about 5 elements. We enter 5. Now one is x1 first. Its value is 0.2. Next is x2. Its value is 0. Next is x3. Its value is 0.7. And next is x4, which value is 0.1. And last is x5, whose value is 0. Let's see what happened. What do you think? That what happened when we enter the cursor? Let's see. Okay. So let's see. Here the fuzzy set. It came like a dictionary in key value pair, because we used a dictionary here. That's why it came in key value pair dictionary. But in case of support crib set, it came like a, which is this list, because we take a list here, right? We take a list here in this support crib set. That's why it came to the list, and we take a dictionary here. That's why fuzzy set is came to like dictionary. Now, what is these things? Let's see. So, in the x1, x3 and x4, x1 is 0.2, x3 is 0.7 and x4 is 0.1. Which is greater than 0? I told you that here this condition will apply here, that these are the more than 0, means 0.2, 0.7, 0.1. It is more than 0. That's why these three things is come in this list. But rest of the 2, that is x2 and x5, this is 0. But support crib set doesn't allow 0. It's only allow the more than 0. That's why these two things, these two elements didn't come here. It's on the list will happen those things which is apply in this condition, which is the greater than 0. This is the total function. This is the total code actually, and this is the question. I think this is clear to you. The next day we will talk about new thing. Okay, thank you.